Behind the hallowed walls of Vatican City, an ancient institution steeped in faith, power, and mystery holds sway: the Roman Catholic Church. For centuries, from the early days of Pope Gregory VII in the 11th century to the controversial reign of Pope Pius XI during World War II, the Vatican has been shrouded in whispers of dark secrets and sinister conspiracies. As the English philosopher Francis Bacon once wrote, "In taking revenge, a man is but even with his enemy, but in passing it over, he is superior." What enigmatic plots lie hidden in the labyrinthine corridors of this sacred city-state? From alleged cover-ups of unspeakable crimes to rumored collusion with shadowy organizations, the Vatican's history is rife with tales of intrigue and deception. But how much of it is true, and how much is merely the stuff of legends? Journey with us into the clandestine world of the Vatican as we unravel the tangled web of truth and fiction surrounding its most closely guarded secrets. Welcome to the Diary of Julius Caesar. The Enigma of the Papal Throne, unraveling the intrigue behind Pope Benedict XVI's resignation. In 2013, the world was stunned by the unexpected announcement that Pope Benedict XVI would resign from the papacy, an event that had not occurred in nearly 600 years. As the first pope to step down since Gregory IV in 1415, Benedict XVI's decision sparked a flurry of speculation, with conspiracy theories and conjecture swirling around the circumstances that led to his departure. In this segment, we delve into the labyrinth of intrigue that surrounds the resignation of Pope Benedict XVI, seeking to untangle fact from fiction and uncover the truth behind one of the most enigmatic episodes in modern Vatican history. Born Joseph Ratzinger, Pope Benedict XVI was elected to the papacy in 2005, following the death of the beloved Pope John Paul II. His tenure was marked by efforts to address the clerical abuse crisis and to reconcile the Church's teachings with the challenges of an increasingly secular world. However, it was his sudden resignation in February 2013 that would come to define his papacy in the eyes of many, an event shrouded in mystery and ripe for speculation. One theory that gained traction in the aftermath of Benedict XIV's resignation focused on the so-called Vatileaks scandal, in which confidential documents were leaked to the press, revealing corruption and infighting within the highest echelons of the Church. Some believe that the revelations contained within these documents were the tipping point for the Pope, who decided to step down to avoid being caught in the crossfire of a power struggle within the Vatican. Another theory points to the Pope's deteriorating health as the primary reason for his resignation. Benedict XVI himself cited his physical and mental weakness as the motivation behind his decision, and there is evidence to suggest that he had been contemplating the possibility of resignation for some time. However, others argue that the Pope's health was merely a convenient excuse, with darker forces at play behind the scenes. One such theory revolves around the alleged existence of a secret gay lobby within the Vatican, a group of high-ranking officials who were said to wield considerable influence behind the scenes. According to this theory, Pope Benedict XVI was forced to step down as part of a power play orchestrated by this clandestine group, which sought to advance its own agenda at the expense of the papacy. Yet another theory suggests that Benedict XVI's resignation was prompted by the prophecy of St. Malachy, which predicted that his successor, Pope Francis, would be the last pope before the end of the world. Some believe that the weight of this prophecy was too great for Benedict XVI to bear, leading him to step down and make way for the fulfillment of the ancient prediction. As we explore the web of intrigue that surrounds the resignation of Pope Benedict XVI, we are confronted with a complex mosaic of power, ambition, and secrecy, a testament to the enduring allure of conspiracy theories and the fascination they hold for the human mind. While the truth behind Benedict XVI's decision may never be fully known, his resignation serves as a reminder of the ever-shifting balance of power within the Vatican and the deep currents that flow beneath the surface of the world's oldest and most enigmatic institution. Shadowy sanctuaries, unraveling the scandals of the Vatican Bank. Within the hallowed walls of the Vatican City, an institution has long been shrouded in secrecy and scandal. The Vatican Bank, officially known as the Institute for the Works of Religion, IOR. Founded in 1942 by Pope Pius XIV, the IOR was initially established to manage the financial assets of the Holy See and the Catholic Church. However, as the years went by, the bank became entwined in a web of controversies, with allegations of money laundering, corruption, and connections to organized crime casting a dark shadow over its operations. One of the most notorious scandals involving the Vatican Bank began to unravel in 1982 with the collapse of Italy's Banco Ambrosiano, a financial institution closely associated with the IOR. Banco Ambrosiano's chairman, Roberto Calvi, often referred to as God's banker due to his close ties with the Vatican, was found dead, hanging from London's Blackfriars Bridge. His death, ruled a murder, fueled speculation about the IOR's involvement in the bank's collapse and the possible motives behind Calvi's demise. Investigations into the Banco Ambrosiano scandal revealed a tangled web of financial impropriety, with the bank having accrued over $1 billion in debt through a complex network of shell companies, many of which had ties to the IOR. The Vatican Bank's then president, Archbishop Paul Marcinkus, was implicated in the scandal, although he maintained his innocence and was never prosecuted. In 1984, the Holy See agreed to pay $244 million to Banco Ambrosiano's creditors, while not admitting any wrongdoing. The Vatican Bank's reputation took another hit in the early 1990s when allegations of money laundering surfaced. In 1993, the United States added the IOR to its list of institutions suspected of money laundering. These suspicions were bolstered in 2010 when Italian prosecutors seized €23 million from the IOR's accounts, alleging violations of European anti-money laundering regulations. While the funds were eventually released, the bank's reputation remained tarnished. Further controversy arose in 2012 with the publication of the VatiLeaks scandal, a series of leaked documents revealing corruption and financial mismanagement within the Vatican. The leaked documents exposed infighting and power struggles within the Church, as well as details about the IOR's suspicious financial transactions. The scandal led to the conviction of Pope Benedict XVI's butler, Paolo Gabriele, for leaking the documents and cast a spotlight on the bank's shadowy operations. In response to these scandals, Pope Francis launched a series of reforms aimed at increasing transparency and accountability within the Vatican Bank. In 2013, he established the Pontifical Commission for Reference on the Organization of the Economic Administrative Structure of the Holy See, which was tasked with investigating the IOR's financial activities. The Pope also appointed a new bank president and enacted a series of measures designed to combat money laundering and improve financial transparency. Despite these efforts, the IOR's murky past continues to haunt the institution. In 2020, Italian police arrested Gianluigi Torzi, a broker who had been involved in a controversial London property deal on behalf of the Vatican. Torzi was charged with extortion, embezzlement, and money laundering, raising fresh concerns about the IOR's financial dealings. Unearthing the betrayer's tale, the enigmatic Gospel of Judas, and its impact on early Christianity. In 2006, a long-lost and controversial manuscript emerged from the sands of time, challenging our understanding of one of the most infamous figures in Christian history, Judas Iscariot. The Gospel of Judas, a Coptic text dating back to the 3rd or 4th century, offers a radically different perspective on the relationship between Jesus and his betrayer, raising profound questions about the foundations of the early Christian Church and the complex interplay of faith, power, and interpretation. The discovery of the Gospel of Judas was nothing short of miraculous. In the 1970s, an Egyptian farmer stumbled upon a leather-bound codex near the town of El Minya. After passing through the hands of antiquities dealers and collectors, the fragile manuscript finally came under the care of the Maecenas Foundation for Ancient Art in Switzerland. Painstaking efforts were made to authenticate and restore the codex, revealing the astonishing contents of the long-lost gospel. The Gospel of Judas tells a dramatically different story from the canonical Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, which depict Judas Iscariot as the archetypal traitor who betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. Instead, this newly discovered text paints Judas as Jesus' most trusted disciple, chosen to carry out a divine plan that would ultimately lead to Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. In this version of events, Judas's betrayal is not an act of treachery, but rather a necessary sacrifice to fulfill a greater purpose. The implications of the Gospel of Judas are both fascinating and far-reaching, as they challenge the traditional narrative of Jesus' life and the foundational beliefs of the Christian Church. Some scholars argue that the text provides evidence of the diversity of beliefs and practices within the early Christian community, revealing a more nuanced and complex picture of the formation of Christian doctrine. The Gospel of Judas is also significant as it sheds light on the Gnostic tradition, a diverse and mystical branch of early Christianity that was eventually declared heretical by the emerging Orthodox Church. Gnostic teachings emphasized the importance of personal spiritual experience and the search for hidden knowledge, often placing them at odds with the more hierarchical and dogmatic doctrines of the Orthodox Church. The Gospel of Judas, with its emphasis on the inner circle of disciples and the secret knowledge imparted by Jesus, is characteristic of Gnostic thought and offers valuable insights into this often misunderstood tradition. While the Gospel of Judas has ignited considerable debate among scholars and theologians, it also raises broader questions about the nature of faith and the role of interpretation in religious belief. As we grapple with the provocative revelations of this ancient text, we are reminded that the stories we tell about the past are often as much a reflection of our own beliefs and assumptions as they are a faithful record of historical events. The Unveiled Mystery, Deciphering the Enigma of Fatima's Third Secret. In the sleepy village of Fatima, Portugal, the year 1917 marked a series of extraordinary events that would captivate the world and forever alter the course of history. It was here that 3 young shepherd children, Lucia, Francisco, and Jacinta, claimed to have witnessed apparitions of the Virgin Mary, who entrusted them with 3 secrets that would later become known as the 3 Secrets of Fatima. While the first 2 secrets were revealed by Lucia in the 1940s, the third secret remained shrouded in mystery for decades, sparking intense speculation and controversy about its contents and the question of whether the full secret has ever been disclosed. The first 2 secrets of Fatima revolved around a vision of hell, a call for the consecration of Russia, and a prediction of the end of World War I and the beginning of World War II. However, it was the enigmatic third secret that would capture the public's imagination and fuel decades of debate. Lucia, the last surviving visionary of Fatima, committed the third secret to paper in 1944, but the text was not revealed to the public until the year 2000, following Lucia's death. According to the official Vatican interpretation, the third secret is a prophetic vision of the 20th century, depicting the suffering endured by the Church and the assassination attempt on Pope John Paul II in 1981. In the vision, an angel cries out, "Penance, penance, penance," as a bishop dressed in white, presumed to be the Pope, is killed by a group of soldiers. The Vatican's interpretation of the third secret suggests that it serves as a reminder of the importance of prayer and penance in the face of suffering and persecution. However, not everyone is convinced that the full third secret has been disclosed, and alternative theories abound. Some argue that the vision revealed in 2000 is only a part of the complete secret, with additional messages and prophecies yet to be unveiled. These theories often hinge on the belief that the third secret contains dire predictions about the fate of the Church, such as apostasy from within or a catastrophic event that could shake the foundations of the faith. In the years following the Vatican's release of the third secret, several high-ranking church officials, including Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger, who would later become Pope Benedict XVI, have made statements that seem to lend credence to the notion that there is more to the secret than has been revealed. These statements, coupled with Lucia's own reluctance to disclose the secret earlier, have only served to fuel the fire of speculation and conjecture. In the end, perhaps the true secret of Fatima lies not in the words of the Virgin Mary or the interpretations of church officials, but in the enduring power of faith, hope, and the human desire to find meaning in the face of uncertainty. As we continue to ponder the mysteries of Fatima, we are reminded that the search for truth is a journey that transcends time, space, and the boundaries of human understanding, inviting us to look beyond the veil of the material world and into the realm of the divine. Decoding the papal prophecies, St. Malachy's enigmatic visions of the popes. In the annals of Catholic history, few prophecies have captivated the imagination quite like those of St. Malachy, an Irish archbishop who lived during the 12th century. Born in Armagh in 1094, Malachy was renowned for his piety, devotion, and dedication to the Church. However, it was his prophetic visions of the papacy that would solidify his place in the annals of ecclesiastical law. According to legend, St. Malachy experienced a series of prophetic visions while visiting Rome in 1139. During a trance-like state, he was granted insight into the future of the Church, witnessing a long line of popes stretching from his own time until the end of days. These visions were transcribed into a series of short, cryptic phrases that would come to be known as the prophecies of the popes. St. Malachy's prophecies were seemingly lost to history, only to resurface in 1590, when they were published by the Benedictine historian Arnold Wyon. In his work, Wyon attributed the prophecies to Malachy and claimed they had been discovered in the Vatican's archives. This revelation ignited a firestorm of interest and speculation, with many interpreting the prophecies as a divine roadmap of the papacy. Each prophecy consists of a short Latin phrase, often referencing a pope's coat of arms, birthplace, or significant event during his reign. While some phrases are strikingly accurate, others are shrouded in ambiguity, leaving their interpretation open to debate. One of the most notable examples of St. Malachy's prophecies is that of Pope Urban VIII, who reigned from 1623 to 1644. His prophecy, Lilium et Rosa, Lily and Rose, is thought to allude to his coat of arms, which prominently features both flowers. Another intriguing prophecy is that of Pope Benedict XV, who served from 1914 to 1922. His prophecy, Religio depopulata, religion laid waste, is often interpreted as a reference to the devastation wrought by World War I, during which millions perished and faith was tested. Skeptics argue that the prophecies are a forgery, crafted in the late 16th century to influence papal elections and lend an air of divine legitimacy to specific candidates. They point to the increased accuracy of the prophecies before 1590 and the vagueness of those that followed as evidence of their dubious origins. Additionally, no mention of the prophecies is found in historical records before their supposed rediscovery by Wyon, casting further doubt on their authenticity. Despite these concerns, St. Malachy's prophecies continue to captivate the imagination and inspire fervent speculation with each new papal election. The prophecy attributed to Pope Francis, Petrus Romanus, Peter the Roman, has attracted particular attention due to its ominous implications. According to the prophecy, Peter the Roman will shepherd the Church through a time of great tribulation, culminating in the destruction of Rome and the end of the world. As we delve into the enigmatic world of St. Malachy's prophecies, we find ourselves confronted with a dizzying array of questions and uncertainties. Are these visions a genuine glimpse into the future of the papacy, or merely the machinations of a long-forgotten political intrigue? Can we glean any meaningful insights from these cryptic phrases, or are they simply the product of our own desire to find meaning in the chaos of history? The enigmatic pontiff, Pope Pius XIV, and the shadows of World War II. The papacy of Pope Pius XIV, born Eugenio Pacelli, is one of the most controversial and enigmatic in the history of the Catholic Church. Ascending to the papacy in 1939, Pius XIV's tenure coincided with the darkest period of the 20th century, World War II and the Holocaust. His actions, or rather inactions, during these tumultuous years have long been the subject of debate and speculation, with accusations of silence and complicity surrounding his legacy. Before his election as Pope, Pius XIV had already garnered a reputation as an accomplished diplomat. As the papal nuncio to Germany from 1917 to 1929, he developed strong relationships with German politicians and witnessed the rise of the Nazi regime firsthand. In 1933, as the Vatican's Secretary of State, he played a key role in negotiating the Reichskonkordat, a treaty between the Holy See and Germany that aimed to protect the rights of the Catholic Church under Hitler's rule. However, this agreement has since been criticized as an act of appeasement that inadvertently lent legitimacy to the Nazi regime. As World War II unfolded, Pius XIV faced a difficult balancing act. He was torn between his desire to protect the Catholic Church and its faithful from persecution, and the moral imperative to condemn the atrocities being committed by the Axis powers. In his 1939 encyclical Summi Pontificatus, Pius XIV denounced totalitarianism and racism and called for the respect of human rights. However, his message was deliberately vague, and he refrained from specifically condemning the Nazis or their actions. Pius XII's silence regarding the Holocaust remains the most contentious aspect of his papacy. As news of the mass extermination of Jews and other minority groups reached the Vatican, many expected the Pope to take a strong stand against these unspeakable horrors. Yet, Pius XIV's public statements remained frustratingly ambiguous, leading some to accuse him of turning a blind eye to the genocide. Defenders of Pius XIV argue that his silence was strategic, designed to protect the Church and its followers from Nazi retaliation. They point to his role in facilitating secret rescue efforts, such as the provision of false baptismal certificates to Jewish refugees and the opening of Catholic institutions as sanctuaries. According to some estimates, these covert actions may have saved tens of thousands of Jewish lives. In contrast, critics claim that Pius XIV's silence was driven by political motivations and a desire to maintain the Church's influence in a post-war world. They argue that his failure to publicly condemn the Holocaust makes him complicit in the atrocities committed by the Nazis. The debate surrounding Pius XIV's wartime actions was further fueled in 2020, when Pope Francis made the unprecedented decision to open the Vatican's archives related to Pius XII's papacy. This move, aimed at fostering transparency and historical inquiry, has provided historians and scholars with new insights into the Pope's actions and motivations during World War II. As we delve into the enigmatic legacy of Pope Pius XII, we are confronted with a complex figure whose actions continue to elude simple categorization. Was he a cautious diplomat, striving to protect his flock from the horrors of war, or a morally compromised leader, more concerned with preserving the Church's power than standing up against evil? The answer, much like the man himself, remains shrouded in the shadows of history. Unveiling the Enigma, the hidden chronicles of the Vatican's secret archives. Behind the walls of Vatican City lies a trove of hidden knowledge, a labyrinth of shelves, and countless tomes that conceal centuries of secrets. The Vatican's Secret Archives, a private repository of historical documents owned by the Holy See, has long been a subject of intrigue and fascination. Although it was officially established in 1612 by Pope Paul V, the archive's history stretches back even further, with some documents dating as far back as the 8th century. As we journey into the depths of this enigmatic collection, we discover the Vatican's enthralling connection to some of history's most influential people and events. One such example is the relationship between the Catholic Church and the infamous astronomer and mathematician Galileo Galilei. In 1633, Galileo was tried and found guilty of heresy by the Roman Inquisition, following his advocacy for the heliocentric model of the universe. The original transcript of his trial, along with his signed recantation, can be found within the hallowed halls of the secret archives. Another significant document held within the Vatican's possession is the 1530 petition from English nobility, urging Pope Clement VII to annul the marriage of King Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon. This request ultimately led to the formation of the Church of England, a schism that dramatically altered the religious landscape of Europe. The parchment, adorned with 81 wax seals, is a testament to the power struggles and political maneuverings of the time. The secret archives also house the papal bulls, a collection of edicts issued by various popes throughout history. Among these is the Inter Caetera of 1493, a papal bull issued by Pope Alexander VI that divided the New World between Spain and Portugal. This document played a crucial role in the colonization of the Americas, shaping the destiny of entire continents. As we delve deeper into the archives, we stumble upon the mysterious case of the 1308 trial of the Knights Templar. This powerful medieval order of Christian knights was disbanded by Pope Clement V, following allegations of heresy and secret rituals. The documents detailing their trial, including the infamous Chinon parchment, were presumed lost until their rediscovery in 2001. These papers shed light on the Templars' history and reveal the Pope's absolution of the order before its ultimate dissolution. The archives also hold correspondence between various popes and world leaders, providing insight into their relationships and the inner workings of diplomacy. One notable example is a letter from Mary, Queen of Scots, to Pope Sixtus V. Written shortly before her execution in 1587, the letter begs for the pontiff's intervention on her behalf, offering a glimpse into the desperation of a doomed monarch. In addition to historical documents, the Vatican secret archives contain evidence of ecclesiastical intrigue. The mysterious death of Pope John Paul I, who reigned for just 33 days in 1978, has long been the subject of conspiracy theories. Some speculate that his sudden passing was the result of a plot to prevent him from exposing corruption within the Vatican Bank. Although the official cause of death is listed as a heart attack, the archives might hold clues that could either confirm or dispel these rumors. Another fascinating aspect of the secret archives is the Index Librorum Prohibitorum, a list of prohibited books maintained by the Catholic Church from 1559 until 1966. These banned texts, which include works by Galileo, Voltaire, and even Charles Darwin, offer a glimpse into the Church's attempts to control the dissemination of information and maintain its influence on society. Curiously, the archives also hold an extensive collection of exorcism accounts and testimonies. These chilling narratives, spanning centuries, depict the Church's battle against demonic possession and offer a window into the enduring power of belief in the supernatural. While much of the Vatican's secret archives remains off-limits to the public, Pope Francis has taken steps to increase transparency within the Catholic Church. In 2020, he opened the archives of Pope Pius XIV, a controversial figure due to his perceived inaction during the Holocaust, to researchers and historians. This unprecedented move marks a step towards greater openness and accountability within the Church. Despite these recent efforts, countless mysteries and unanswered questions still linger within the hallowed halls of the Vatican secret archives. The vast collection of documents, spanning over 1,000 years of history, holds the potential to unlock hidden truths and shed light on the enigmatic past of the Catholic Church. Masterpieces and mysteries, unveiling the secrets of the Vatican's art collection. Nestled within the sacred confines of Vatican City lies one of the world's most awe-inspiring collections of art, spanning millennia and encompassing a breathtaking array of masterpieces. From the breathtaking frescoes of the Sistine Chapel to the timeless sculptures adorning St. Peter's Basilica, the Vatican's art collection is a testament to the Church's enduring patronage of the arts and its role in preserving the cultural heritage of humanity. But beneath the serene beauty of these artistic treasures, hidden meanings and enigmatic symbolism invite us to delve deeper into their mysteries. The Sistine Chapel, perhaps the most iconic artistic space within the Vatican, is renowned for its frescoes, painted by the legendary Renaissance master Michelangelo. Commissioned by Pope Julius II in 1508, the ceiling of the chapel is adorned with scenes from the Old Testament, with the iconic creation of Adam taking center stage. While the biblical narrative is evident in the frescoes, scholars have long speculated about the presence of hidden meanings embedded within Michelangelo's work. One theory suggests that the depiction of God in The Creation of Adam is surrounded by a structure resembling the human brain, possibly alluding to the divine origin of human intellect. Another intriguing aspect of the Vatican's art collection is the presence of pagan imagery and symbolism which might seem at odds with the Church's religious doctrine. For example, the Belvedere torso, an ancient Roman sculpture housed in the Vatican museums, is believed to represent the demigod Hercules. The appropriation of pagan imagery by the Catholic Church can be traced back to its early history, when the Church sought to assimilate elements of pagan culture in order to facilitate the conversion of the Roman Empire to Christianity. The Vatican's art collection is also home to several works shrouded in mystery and controversy, such as the portrait of Pope Innocent XII by the enigmatic Spanish painter Diego Velázquez. Completed in 1650, the portrait is renowned for its penetrating realism, capturing the essence of the Pope's character with unflinching honesty. Some art historians have speculated that the Pope was displeased with the painting, as it revealed his true nature and laid bare the political machinations of the papacy. Another curious piece in the Vatican's art collection is the St. Peter's chair, an ancient wooden throne that was long believed to be the actual chair used by St. Peter, the first pope. Encased in a gilded bronze sculpture by Gian Lorenzo Bernini, the chair became a symbol of papal authority and was venerated as a sacred relic. However, carbon dating of the wooden chair in the 1960s revealed that it dated from the 9th century, casting doubt on its purported origins and raising questions about the authenticity of other relics in the Vatican's collection. Knights, Secrets and Shadows, unraveling the enigma of the Vatican's involvement in the Knights Templar saga. In the annals of history, few organizations have captured the imagination as profoundly as the Knights Templar, a medieval order of warrior monks who played a pivotal role in the Crusades and left a trail of mystery and intrigue in their wake. As we delve into the complex relationship between the Knights Templar and the Vatican, we discover a story that transcends time, a tale of power, faith, and the eternal quest for hidden knowledge. Founded in 1119, the Knights Templar began as a small group of knights dedicated to the protection of Christian pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. Over time, the order grew in size and influence, amassing vast wealth and property across Europe and the Middle East. The Vatican played a crucial role in the rise of the Knights Templar, as it was Pope Innocent II who issued the papal bull Omni Datum Optimum in 1139, granting the order unprecedented privileges and protections. The Knights Templar enjoyed the favor of the papacy for nearly 2 centuries, but their fortunes took a dramatic turn in the early 14th century when their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was arrested by King Philip IV of France on charges of heresy, idolatry, and other crimes. Under pressure from the French king, Pope Clement V reluctantly disbanded the order in 1312, sealing the fate of the once mighty Knights Templar. The sudden and dramatic downfall of the Knights Templar has given rise to countless conspiracy theories and legends about the order's alleged secret knowledge and hidden treasures. One such theory suggests that the Knights Templar, during their time in the Holy Land, discovered ancient artifacts and documents that held the potential to challenge the very foundations of the Christian faith. According to this theory, the Vatican, fearful of the destabilizing effect such knowledge could have on the Church, conspired to suppress the truth and silence the order. Another popular theory revolves around the legendary treasure of the Knights Templar, which is said to have vanished without a trace following the order's dissolution. Some speculate that the treasure was smuggled to a secret location by the surviving knights, while others believe that the Vatican itself may have seized the wealth as part of a clandestine operation to bolster its own financial reserves. Whispers in Paint, Decoding, Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel masterpiece. In the heart of the Vatican City lies the Sistine Chapel, a treasure trove of artistic genius and a testament to the incredible skill of Michelangelo Buonarroti. Commissioned by Pope Julius II, the frescoes adorning the chapel's ceiling and walls represent some of the most iconic and revered works of art in human history. Yet, amidst the vibrant hues and exquisite detail, some scholars believe that Michelangelo wove a tapestry of hidden messages, weaving subtle critiques of the Catholic Church and nods to secret knowledge into the very fabric of his masterpiece. Michelangelo began work on the Sistine Chapel in 1508, laboring for 4 years to complete the monumental task. His frescoes tell the story of humanity, from the creation to the Last Judgment, drawing inspiration from the Bible and classical mythology. However, it is within the intricate details of these scenes that some believe the artist encoded his true intentions, revealing a more subversive and controversial narrative beneath the surface. One theory centers on the central panel of the ceiling, depicting the creation of Adam. Here, God is shown reaching out to touch Adam's finger, imparting the spark of life. However, the shape of the divine figure and surrounding figures has been noted to bear a striking resemblance to the human brain. Some scholars suggest that this is Michelangelo's way of asserting that God is a creation of the human mind, an idea that would have been considered heretical at the time. Another intriguing theory concerns the prophet Zechariah, who is depicted with an unusual horned headdress in the Sistine Chapel. This headdress has been interpreted by some as a nod to the ancient Egyptian deity Amun-Ra, suggesting that Michelangelo was aware of the similarities between Christianity and older pagan religions and sought to subtly highlight this connection in his work. Perhaps the most compelling evidence of hidden messages within the Sistine Chapel lies in Michelangelo's portrayal of the Last Judgment, a monumental fresco occupying the entire altar wall. Here, amidst the chaotic scene of souls ascending to heaven or being cast down to hell, the figure of St. Bartholomew holds his flayed skin, which bears an uncanny resemblance to Michelangelo's own self-portrait. Some speculate that this was the artist's way of expressing his own torment and frustration with the Church, a silent protest against the stifling restrictions and dogma imposed upon him. As we delve into the mysterious world of Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel, we are reminded that art is often a reflection of the human spirit, a canvas upon which the deepest hopes, fears, and desires of the artist can be painted. In the case of Michelangelo, his frescoes may serve as a window into the mind of a man caught between the constraints of his time and the boundless curiosity of his intellect. As we conclude our journey into the enigmatic world of Vatican secrets, conspiracies, and fascinating theories, we are reminded that the passage of time often cloaks history in an alluring veil of mystery. The walls of the Vatican City have borne witness to countless stories of power, intrigue, and hidden knowledge, stories that continue to captivate and inspire our imagination. We leave you with a famous quote by Sir Francis Bacon, who once said, "Knowledge is power." In the case of the Vatican, this power has shaped the course of history, fueled endless speculation, and challenged our understanding of the world. Thank you for joining us on this captivating voyage. And until next time, may your curiosity guide you through the labyrinth of history.